Hey explorers, welcome back to Mr. Allen's World As Is. Today I am cycling the historic Monsal Trail in the beautiful Peak District. The Monsal Trail is approximately 8.5 miles long, and that's just one way, which means I am going to be cycling a distance of around 17 miles. Yikes! Hi, today's video is I'm going to go on my first bike ride of the year. I'm just about to prepare. I've got my bike out. I'm just about to check it out to see if it's safe because it's not been out since October. So I need to have a look at it, make sure the tyre pressures are okay and the gears are all functioning correct. It's always a good idea to check the brakes to make sure they're functioning correctly. And here is some equipment I'm going to take with me on my bike ride today. I've got my buff, which is a piece of fabric, which is like a tube. It goes over your head, you can use it like a scarf or even like a hat. I've got a spare inner tube just in case, my water bottles to keep hydrated, some waterproof trousers, my special cycling jacket, which is very reflective, and my cycling gloves, and helmet, and a first aid kit. Well, here I am in the car, ready to go to the Monsal Trail, which is where I'm heading today. The bike's in the back. Let's go. Here I am at the Monsal Trail, just arrived. I'm just about to get ready, put my wheel back on. I had to take it off to get it in the car, and about ready to go. Okay, see you soon. It's rather cold today, so I'm going to use my buff as a hat for under my helmet. Keep your ears nice and warm, that will. This is Hassop Station. It used to be a real train station, but now it's an awesome cafe. I'll check it out later. The Monsal Trail used to have trains running from Manchester to London, carrying passengers and goods all the way to London. Now it's been turned into a bike trail. It closed in 1968, I think, to trains, and there's been a pathway and a bike trail more recently. I'm going to be travelling through epic tunnels and across some awesome viaducts. So this is the start of the trail for me. I'm about to get pedalling. Come along, let's see what we can find. The Monsal Trail is located in the Peak District, which is in Derbyshire, and it's noted for its area of outstanding beauty. What a lovely day to be out in the countryside. As you can see, I've just come across an old station platform. The raised platform where people would have got on and off the train. It would have been steam trains back then. Okay, who's ready for an adventure? Just about to head into Headstone Tunnel, which is 533 metres long, which for context about 5 football pitches on end to end. Imagine the noise going through here back in the day with steam trains roaring past, the smoke. After the railway closed, this tunnel was sealed off for 40 years. Some people think the tunnel is haunted by a railway worker who died during its construction. Probably more to do with its long, dark and echoing passage than the supernatural though. Don't worry, it reopened in 2011 for cyclists and it's totally safe, I think. Some say the tunnel is haunted, but I'm not bothered about that. I'm going in. See you at the other end. I'm through. That was awesome. Here's another tunnel. This one's called the Crestbrook Tunnel. Not as long as the other one though. Still pretty awesome going in though. Here we go through. Bit of an echo. Hope no trains coming the other way. Suppose these little spaces here would if you had to dive out of the way of an oncoming train pretty quick. Just enough gap for somebody to get in as a steam train comes thundering past. Absolutely stunning, this place. Look at the colours. Even in winter. What a beautiful place. Coming to another tunnel. I believe this one's called the Linton Tunnel. Leads to a mill called Linton Mill. Just about to enter Linton Tunnel. I'm really enjoying these tunnels. Fascinating place. Here we go again. Woohoo! Here we are, light at the end of the tunnel, and that's Linton Tunnel for you. Apologies if my words are not making sense, but my face is actually literally frozen. Yeah. Anyway, behind me you can see Linton Mill. Back in the day it was a textile mill. It would have had children working there from about 7 years old. Often long hours and often dangerous conditions. Imagine working from 7 years old in a dangerous place like that. Now it's a dwelling, I think. It's accommodation. Back in the day it would have been a hive of activity, lots of noise, probably powered by the water below on a water wheel, just a bit like Quarterbank Mill that many of us have been to. I'm going to keep going. My face is actually frozen. I'm sorry if my words are not making sense. Linton Mill in the picturesque valley was once a bustling cotton mill, and like many of the industrial era, relied on child labour for its workforce. This involved working long hours and in dangerous conditions, often resulting in injury and, in some cases, death. There you go, you can actually see the river down below now. Back over there is Linton Mill behind the trees. Water was so important for power in these cotton mills, early cotton mills before steam was invented. The water drove a wheel, the wheel drove the machinery in the mill. I suppose, talking about children working in the mills in those days, looking back with our eyes now, it was a bad thing, but in Victorian times it might have just been the very thing that kept them alive and out of poverty, or just on the poverty line for them and the families. So some could argue that it was actually a good thing. And also, if you've been studying the cotton famine as well, this would have been affected by the lack of cotton coming in from America during the American Civil War. Back when that was happening. But again, beautiful place, lots of rich history to discover and find out. The beauty of being a railway track, it's relatively flat. As you can see, trains struggle to go uphill, so what they do is they cut a straight path straight through the hillside, and what we've just come through is a cutting to enable the train to go through on a fairly level plane. So we're carrying on down the Monsal trail, see where we end up next. Being watched by a jackdaw while I'm eating my Rice Krispie square. It might look nice and sunny today, but it's absolutely freezing. See, my face is frozen. It's about 3 degrees, I think, today. I'm going to head off almost at the end now. I'll see you at the end. The structure behind me is a kiln for burning lime, to extract the quick lime for the steel and chemical industries, and also for agriculture. In use from the 1880s to the 1940s. The heat from this thing in front of me here, or behind me as it is, would have been immense. Just about to head into another tunnel. This one's called Chi Tor Tunnel. This is it, I've come to the end of the trail. Well, not forgetting the way back, of course. I've got to go back the way I came, but this is the end of the trail. Lots and lots of things to see. Right, just about to make my way back then. Back along the trail. Always nice to go back the way you came sometimes, because you do miss things on the way here. Plus the view's different when you are facing the other way, so hopefully find some more interesting things as we go along as well. A lovely little reminder of the trail's heritage, from steam railway to bike trail and walking path that it is today. What a little find. Thinking of cuttings like this, remember back in the 1800s or early 1800s, they didn't have heavy machinery that could do this for them. They had to do it all by hand, basically. The engineering on this to cut through solid rock is immense. Human ingenuity at its best. Although some would argue maybe it's a blight on the countryside. However, all the things, good things, come from something bad, I suppose. We've got a lovely trail to enjoy these days. It's funny, I found that a lot of the old railway tracks follow the courses of rivers and valleys. Maybe it was easier that way for the engineers to follow the rivers, so they avoided going over the steep hills. Not as many obstacles in the way. Makes for a scenic ride though, doesn't it? Just going to stop here for a little snack and light refreshments. I've got my famous roast chicken crisp with me. Other brands of crisp are available, but these are the best. Not a bad spot for a drink of water and a packet of crisp, is it? I can actually feel my face defrosting a little bit now. Heading back, I'm not riding into the wind, so the cold air isn't as much in my face as it was on the way there. So hopefully my words will come out a little bit clearer, although not quite defrosted, still a bit numb. I am almost at the end of the trail now, but I do want to talk to you about helmets. Okay? Be smart, be cool, and wear one when you're cycling. Got to protect this in here. I know that some people think it's not cool, but they're quite honestly fools. You need to wear a helmet when you cycle. And I will cycle 500 miles, and I will cycle 500 more, just to cycle along the cycle path on the Monsal trail. It has been awesome. A well-earned pie and a Coke at the end of the trail. I really enjoyed my cycle on the Monsal trail today. It's a great place for a day out. Lots of families out and about today enjoying the winter sunshine, although it is freezing as my face shows. And lots of interesting things along the trail as well. So I would urge anybody who wants to come to the trail to come along and discover for themselves, cycling or walking. Many families, old and young, out and about enjoying the winter sun. Great to be outdoors. Lovely day. Well guys, this is the end of my Monsal Trail adventure. I hope you liked the video and it's inspired you to get outdoors and do a bit of cycling as well. I'll be back soon with another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what I do. Well, it doesn't really matter whether you do or not really. I do this for my own benefit, for fun, and just hope other people like it too. I will see you again soon. Bye!